How the Quizma Wins the Room. Part 2. Shadowed Presence, Owned Control. Welcome back to the Quizma Evolution channel, where the goal isn't to collect labels, but to understand leverage. If Part 1 showed how the Quizma reads the room, this is where we examine how he moves through it, not with noise or force, but with quiet precision. Power is rarely shouted. It is sensed, measured, and applied at the right moment. If the first advantage was fluency, the second is subtlety. The Quizma does not reject archetypes. He studies them as a master studies movements in the dark: alpha, sigma, diplomat, trickster, caretaker. Each has a function, each a weakness. Where most cling to one identity like armor, the Quizma treats them as tools arranged in the shadows. He uses what works, discards what doesn't. Loyalty is to outcome, not image. From the alpha, he borrows decisiveness, not bravado, but the ability to move a stalled group without fanfare. His presence is enough to frame the next step. Resistance feels unnecessary. The alpha dominates to assert. The Quizma dominates by nudging momentum where it is needed. From the sigma, he borrows detachment, the calm to walk away without need for approval. Negotiations bend to his quiet will. The room senses scarcity in his attention. Value shifts. Silence becomes leverage. From the diplomat, he borrows alignment, not forced harmony, but the skill to integrate competing interests into a seamless outcome. People feel represented while moving along the path he subtly charts. Conflict softens. Cooperation feels natural. This is influence without notice. From the trickster, he borrows timing. A well-placed observation, a flicker of irony, reframes tension. Humor is a pressure valve, never constant, never forced. It reminds everyone rigidity is optional. Relief follows. Trust forms in the quiet gaps. From the caretaker, he borrows reassurance, the ability to make others feel safe enough to speak without suspicion. Priorities, fears, and constraints emerge without conscious intent. The Quizma listens, collects, calibrates. Shadows hold the data, not spectacle. What separates him from archetype collectors is integration. He never flips masks mid-conversation. That would betray the illusion. He blends traits seamlessly, adjusting emphasis rather than identity. Presence remains coherent. Authority remains intact. People leave with a subtle impression, unable to name why he felt different, yet undeniably influential. This adaptability makes his social energy precise. He does not expend effort proving himself. Others project competence onto him based on consistency. Outcomes move quietly forward. Patterns form. Influence solidifies. When dominance is required, he shortens sentences, sharpens tone, lets presence do the work. When trust is required, he slows pace, opens space, signals safety without speech. When ambiguity is useful, he withholds just enough to invite collaboration. All of it is responsive, never performative. Alphas exhaust themselves asserting hierarchy. Sigmas limit themselves by avoiding it. The Quizma navigates above both, stepping into structure when useful, slipping into shadow when it creates friction. He is selectively social. Every engagement has purpose, even reconnaissance. The room never feels seized. It feels guided. That is why doors open later, in private, when noise has died down and decisions crystallize. People remember how they felt around him, measured, capable, slightly sharper than before. Archetypes give power. Integration gives control. Applied lightly, shadowed presence is the quietest way to win a room.